Sale on any point of sale in and out of Ghana to win signed jerseys and an all-expense paid trip for two to Anfield. Remember, Standard Chartered is that official sponsor of Liverpool FC, and we stand right with you, Liverpool FC. You'll never walk alone. Standard Chartered, here for good. Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, we have to start the show by looking into 2019. So what could probably happen in 2019? Will Liverpool win the EPL title? It's a big one there. We're waiting to see if it will happen for the first time in how many years. Liverpool fans, just scream and tell me. And also, will the Black Stars be able to end that Nations Cup drought after how many, 34 years or 35 years, without winning a title? It was somewhere in 1984 in Libya. Can we end that hoodoo? Can we put it to bed? No, a lot of things expected to change in 2019. We're gonna get another world title in boxing. Now we've got as many as 5 with WBO Africa titles, and can we get another world title? But in February, Richard Comey is in the ring again in Texas. You'll be fighting for the IBF lightweight title. Maybe, and just maybe, we can get somebody.
Fingers crossed. You're praying.
Drafted to play the NBA, proper, in 2019. Maybe, I'm saying maybe. The drafts will take place somewhere this month. A lot of things will happen, and also we have to tell you about a big man who is celebrating his birthday today, Mr. Elikpodo of MTN. He loves his Chelsea football club. He's always been watching and he admires how they play. So we're saying a big happy birthday to you, Mr. Elikpodo of MTN. But even before we get into the main issues, we'll begin first with Tottenham Hotspur blowing away Cardiff City 3-0 yesterday in the EPL.
Kane into the path of Son. Decent first touch. Oh, what a finish! Heung-min Son, 8 in 8 Premier League games for him. And they're tearing through Cardiff City here in South Wales. Tottenham Hotspur are heading back to second place in the Premier League.
And Arsenal bounced back to winning ways with a comprehensive 4-1 win over Fulham at the Emirates.
Maybe this time takes a deflection, but he's going to be claiming that goal. A jump for joy. It's 16th of the season in all competitions. And there's nothing wrong with his goal-scoring record.
So that was how Arsenal bounced back after that thumping defeat to Liverpool just a days ago. And reactions on the game plus preview of the matches tonight to come. But first, let's look at what's happening on the continent as well. And Egypt international and also Liverpool star. He's a talisman of the Liverpool now. Mo Salah is in line to retain his African Player of the Year after being named in a 3-man shortlist alongside his club mates Sadio Mane of Senegal and Arsenal's and Gabon international striker, that's the captain of the team, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. My colleague Abigail Senasosu has more on the 3-man shortlist for the men and women.
Mohamed Salah, who was named the BBC's Africa Footballer of the Year for a second time in December, won the Confederation of African Football Awards last year. It was an identical shortlist with Salah emerging as the winner. The women's shortlist has also been reviewed with Nigerian duo Asisat Oshoala and Francisca Odega and South Africa's Thembi Kgatlana making the final 3. Oshoala has won the last 2 CAF awards and 3 in total, and along with Odega helped the Super Falcons win the Women's African Cup of Nations in 2018. Kgatlana was the most valuable player and top scorer at the Nations Cup as Banyana narrowly lost out to Nigeria on penalties in the final. This year's ceremony will be held at an award gala on 8th January in Dakar, Senegal.
And also, it will be at that event where CAF will decide which country will host the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. And talking about the Africa Cup of Nations, Black Stars captain and striker Asamoah Gyan is anticipating a successful 2019 in his football career. Now, Gyan, who currently plays his club football for Turkish top-flight side Kayserispor, is hoping to hit top form this year after what he describes as a difficult 2018.
First of all, I'd like to say Happy New Year to anybody, every Ghanaian, and I think the next year the future looks bright. We have to start the year with a positive vibe. I think everything will be fine because we, as a Ghanaian, I'm also seeing signs. I'm not God, but we always have to pray for the better. And I wish everybody a Happy New Year. I think everything will be fine the next year.
And for you, going into the new year, what are some of the things you would want to look and do for yourself?
Personally, I want to start playing consistently, because that is all I want to do. I want to play football. Football is my life. It's been a difficult year, honestly. But I'm just hoping next year things are gonna change, because that is what I want to do. Anytime I'm playing and I'm scoring, I'm happy. Despite everything, like behind the scene and everything, all I know in this world is football. Despite the entertainment and everything, I just love football. I just want to play, score goals, make fans happy, and that's it.
There's a new manager at the club, so definitely you would want to stay and see what will happen.
He really likes me. We have a couple of meetings. He likes me. So far, he's happy with my trainings and my performances and everything. So we hope for the better.
Asamoah Gyan talking on his reflecting on what happened in 2018 and also looking forward to 2019. Maybe, just maybe, his top form in 2019 this year can help Ghana win a first Africa Cup of Nations title in 35 years. Moving into some matches played in the English Premier League, with Arsenal after last weekend's 5-1 defeat to Liverpool, bouncing back to winning ways at home to Fulham. The Gunners beat Fulham 4-1 with 4 different scorers. Arsenal boss Unai Emery describes the win as very important.
We spoke before the match. We need to recover our confidence and also the victories here in Emirates and be consistently. And I think we are doing that. But today I think it's very important for us, this result with 4-1. And also I think the team worked very well in the 90 minutes. Some minute in the match after they score, we struggled a little, but it's not conceded a lot of chances, but just for the doubt, we can take this doubt in this moment. But after, I think Aaron also helped us with this goal, and also I think we finished very well this match with this result. We conceded some chances for them above all the first half, but I think we created also a lot. But we want continuing working and improving defensively can be more consistently. But also they have a good player. They have also good organization, like a tactically for the transition with very faster players. And I think also we can respect them and we can take some risk or some chances from them. But I think in the 90 minutes we can control more time than them.
You heard Unai Emery there, Arsenal manager, and it was a similar story for Tottenham Hotspur as they bounced back to winning ways following the shock 3-1 defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers at home last weekend. They beat Cardiff 3-0 to climb second on the table. A delighted Pochettino praised his players for their effort and commitment.
Something I say, I talk too much, but of course, always in Premier League. With different opponent is different challenge. Of course, today, after the defeat against Wolf, we feel very disappointed, and we wanted to put and show our energy from the beginning. We knew very well that Cardiff is going to be tough. And I think after 20 minutes, I think we showed in the way that we wanted to play, scoring goals. We were so clinical in front.
Mauricio Pochettino there, he's coach for Tottenham Hotspur. Now they say Liverpool can win the title on Thursday when they beat, or if they beat Manchester City.
When we beat Manchester
Let's
City.
use the if clause. If they beat Manchester City, it looks like that will determine the title race to a larger extent. But there are matches lined up for tonight. There's Bournemouth against Watford, Chelsea will play against Southampton, Huddersfield Town against Burnley, and West Ham United host Brighton Hove and Albion, and also Wolverhampton Wanderers will face Crystal Palace. There's also Newcastle against Manchester United, and United have had a difficult trip to St. James's Park. We hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought that magic, flair to the club, and they are now winning in succession. Also, in other games, Jamie Vardy, he scored the only goal to take Leicester City up to 7th as Everton were booed off the pitch at home after a dreadful display at Goodison Park. So it's been, how many matches, how many wins? That's 3 out of 4 for Leicester City, and this was a club they thought were heading for relegation after they had a very, very bad start from the season.
There's still something there.
Yeah.
But the second half of the season, the Christmas period and the second half of the season always does good or bad. for teams in the Premiership.
Absolutely, and it's also a bad round there for Huddersfield. As how many matches? I think they've lost 7 matches, and that's the last time a club did that. Was Leicester City, and they got relegated. But can Huddersfield Town survive? In the second half of the season. More stories to tell you about in subsequent programs here on the Joy Sports Center. But even before we go, now listen. Now Roger Federer's Switzerland, they beat Serena Williams USA as the 2 tennis greats met on court for the first time at the Hoffman Cup in Perth, Australia. Now Federer and Belinda Besikova beat Williams and Frances Tiafoe 4-2, 4-3 in the mixed doubles contest to secure 2-1 win in the round-robin tie. Federer and Williams, both 37, earlier won their respective singles matches.
Well, I was nervous returning.
Well, Serena, what was that experience like for you?
For me, it was super cool. Like, I literally, wanted to take pictures, and I want to bring my baby out. I'm, way too excited. But it was really fun.
Well, I was nervous returning because you just don't know. People talk about her serve so much, and I see why it is such a wonderful serve, because you just can't read it. You don't see until the very...
I can't read yours either.
Well, we have the same qualities, but yours is a bit better, but no, it's true. But
the guy is great. I mean, he's the greatest of all time, to be honest, and both on the court and off the court, and he has such charisma. He's just a wonderful player.
You had Serena Williams there, and has she recovered from that postpartum she reported about after that those difficult periods on the pitch? It looks like she's in top shape for the calendar season. That's in tennis. Tennis is one of the respected sports. I mean, everybody there, from the players to the supporters. Daniel, you see how they watch tennis, right? When it's in full swing, nobody talks.
No, it's completely silent.
Silent, But when a ball is missed or there's a good display from any of the tennis players, you hear the scream, and immediately they get onto the pitch. Business as usual. Disciplined fans. No, there's no racism in tennis.
There's a lot of concentration.
There's no racism in tennis. Actually, I was racially abused.
No. I haven't heard of that before. I haven't heard of that before.
Very, very disciplined sports.
But it's a great game.
One of the circulated videos during this period has been about Floyd Pretty Boy Money Mayweather, as he needed only 140 seconds to beat Nasukawa in Tokyo. Now, Nasukawa was knocked down 3 times and ended the fight in tears. Mayweather had a 4-kilogram weight advantage for the contest, which was worth a reported $9 million and was widely criticized. Both fighters are undefeated in their respective sports, and the defeat will not count towards Nasukawa's record. So Floyd is making money while in retirement. Absolutely, this is the best thing ever to happen to this sportsman. Even in retirement, he's pocketed $9 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money to pocket for a retiree. Thanks, Ridwan Ibrahim Asante, for bringing us the latest in sports. Can't wait for that game tomorrow between Liverpool and Man City. Counting down days, minutes, hours, seconds, and all of that.